If you're ready to hear the truth, even when it's controversial, then you come to the right place. Join us each week for lively discussions, thought-provoking debates, and maybe even a few laughs along the way.
So don't miss an episode of The Truth is Controversial. We'll be dropping new episodes every week, so hit that subscribe button right now. Look, I said, President Nixon, and this is how they usually would treat sitting presidents or any president, right? We don't ever want to have other countries see that we punished our president. That's like a must. I don't care if the president could have shot his daughter in the head point blank. Well, let's just let him, live out his life in the cabin in the woods. You see what I mean? And they did that with Nixon. So we all heard this story of Donald Trump put out this tweet, and he tweeted the shit out of that motherfucker. And he basically said, I'm going to be arrested on Tuesday based off of false information and everything. But I want my man Blek to,
I just pulled something up.
Did you pull it up?
Yeah, I just pulled.
Okay.
It says,
I seen you over there. I seen you over there.
Yeah.
With the fingers.
I'm kind of quick with it.
Give us
it says,
statistics on this, my brother.
Former President Donald Trump announced on Saturday that he expects to be arrested next week in connection with an investigation led by the Manhattan District Attorney. Trump has called for protests, saying, "Take our nation back," on social media. This potential indictment will mark a historic first and could significantly impact the 2024 presidential race, as Trump is running for re-election. So, wow. You remember last time he said some shit like this would happen on January 6th, right? You remember that?
Yeah,
so
man.
Here's my thing. Here's my question to you.
What's up?
How impactful is Trump words now? Like, do you think what he's saying will still have the impact that it once had because of what happened with the insurrection on January 6th? Do you think that him saying what he's saying now is going to cause any type of let's say controversy? Mm-hmm. We already know.
There you go, baby. You already know what it is. I want to preface that my answer with, let me just pull this out real quick. There you go, right there. Yes,
that man's looking like he's saying right now, we need to take our nation back.
I need it known. Look, to your question, my brother, yes. And the reason I say yes is because of this. Trump announced a couple of months ago that he was going to run again for president of the United States of America in 2024, right? He announced this after we just had a whole gang of people storm the goddamn Capitol, right?
The Capitol, yeah.
Capitol. A lady got shot, bruh. She got shot trying to and look, rightfully so. You know what I mean? Because her husband told her ass not to go down that motherfucker, and she wanted to. Look, bruh. The thing is about Trump, it's not Trump himself. It's just what Trump is representing for the radical right or the Proud Boys and all of them, dog. Like, the thing is, we was talking about, in the beginning of the show, having people come to our shit and, trying to, promote our shit. Trump does that. That's all Trump does. He says he's going to get arrested on Tuesday. Why the fuck Tuesday? You see what I'm saying? So to answer your question,
it must be something that have to do with something that's potentially happening on Monday. And I'm just guessing. But if he's saying Tuesday, that means something's probably going down on Monday.
If he know what he's doing, and he's playing a dangerous game. My man Tommy Sotomayor said, "Look, play a stupid game, you win a stupid prize." At the end of the day, Trump is playing a stupid game by putting that shit out, by putting that out there like that. And I'm gonna say it. And look, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump hater though. You see what I'm saying? And I know when to, you know, tell someone they wrong. Like that shit right there. It's some crazy people out here, bruh. And they're going to take that shit. Look, you seen what he said,
right? And that's
on the election zone. He just
and
said
that's what
something.
That's what I was going to get to is that when you say stuff like that in the times that we in, and we've already seen proof of what his words can do a few times. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I hope that nothing comes of this, meaning nothing serious. But it's almost like you can almost guarantee some dust gonna kick up somewhere, something. No matter, hopefully it's insignificant compared to what could be, but it's wild that the times that we live in.
They're minions, bro. You got people out here that and that's with any faction, my man. That's with any person. Look, Hitler to Jim Jones. You see what I'm saying? The thing is, man, once you understand human psychology and how to get people to follow you, bro, they will follow you to the depths of fucking hell.
I mean, like I said, we kind of seen it. Like for what happened on January 6th, if things would have went just a little bit different, it could have been a whole lot worse, and everybody knows that. Yes. So when you have things that's going the way that it's been going, I'm talking about we right on the heels of COVID, and people are losing their money. Gas prices, food prices, everything has been through the roof. And when you take all those type of things into consideration, it's like fanning the flames. So when you have people out here that seemingly back against the wall, you feel me? And they are looking for something to give, something. And you got to think, a lot of Trump supporters already feel like they're being isolated. They feel like they're the ones that's being oppressed. If you can, like, I don't even understand that, but they do.
I mean, I do understand.
I mean, you might understand it. I don't.
I do,
because
I can break that down.
No, I allow you to, because I want you to. Okay. Because I just, you know, like I said, I don't see it, because the reason why is because
when we
have our own.
I understand.
Yeah, I'm saying when we have our own shit, you know, that's why I like whatever. Like,
as far as black people, like, that's not our fight.
Oh, of course, and that's probably why it's not even like, maybe it's like
you don't hear me talking about no Trump shit.
No, I'm saying maybe because I don't understand it, it's because I don't really care to. You know what I mean? Because we got our own shit, and everybody got a right to feel the way they feel, because and guess what? You can't change it any fucking way. Like, I can't change the way they feel, and they probably have a right to feel the way they feel. But
that leads me into a question I did want to ask you. And I want to answer it as well, but and you can just ask me the question after you answer it. What are your views on Donald Trump? Let me preface it. Pre-President Donald Trump, I want the view.
And I mean, we listen. If you haven't been under a rock, right? Everybody pretty much knew who Trump was. Trump has never been trustworthy. Never. Nobody. Now, was he likable? Probably, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, especially when it comes to, let's say, our culture, right? Our culture, we looked up to him, not in the sense of we want to be him. We wanted what he had.
I think we did want to be him.
Hear me out. What I'm saying, I don't think we wanted to be him. I'm saying if you and maybe I'll let you clarify, because maybe it's
good. My bad.
Because my thing is, when you say that, maybe you're saying this, and you can correct me, but what I'm saying is, when we see someone like Donald Trump, we seeing what he's attained. Whether it was given to him, because a lot of people say, man, he was given to him or whatever, but we see the status. That's what we see. We see the status, and we want the status. So when we seen all these rappers talking about him, and we seen Tyson fights, and we seen Trump in the ring of the Tyson fights, and all all through the boxing promotion, the Trump towers, all that. We seen all that shit. You know what I mean? That shit is like, damn, how you get there? You know, and that's what we always want. We want to get there. So I never really paid attention to him, but he's always was in the stratosphere because of how much money he was sent. And I guess in a sense, like a poster boy for America as far as what you could be, right?
Right.
Now, of course, for us, our people probably look at us and say we can never be a billionaire, rich white man, but the status of having that much money, power, and I guess respect, and I'm doing air quotes for people who can't see, and that respect. We who don't want that? You know what I mean? Like we all want to have that type of access to that world. But leading to the presidency when he was running, it seems as if that he turned the, or maybe he was always that, especially when we talk about the Central Park, I think it's called the Central Park 5, and we take a look into the type of ad that he took out of the newspaper against those young men.
I really have to interject there.
Well,
I'm sorry. I got to interject there.
About the Central Park 5?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
But I want to hear what you. I'm just letting you know that I want to interject after you.
Okay.
Say what you're going to say.
Well, I'm just saying. At the end of the day.
No, let's go back to that Central Park 5. What do you think of that?
When he wrote that, when he took out the ad, and he was calling for pretty much them to be put to death.
Okay.
It's like this is obviously without any real investigation.
Okay. Now my interjection comes. Okay. When people say that he took out an ad that said, he called for the death of these young boys, right? They really fail to mention that he said a couple of phrases before he said that, even in the article and when he was on the news during the press conference on it. He said, if these young boys are guilty, and I think context is very important when dealing with situations like this, because a lot of people, just like the Trump supporters who went and stormed the Capitol, Trump didn't give no, and I can sit up here and say Trump was wrong on that. So it's not like I'm just trying to take up for Trump on things. I just like to be fair. Trump was wrong for how he worded what he worded, and they took advantage of that. So I think people are being very disingenuous, especially Al Sharpton, bitch ass. I don't like Al Sharpton, and I'm going to say it right there. He put that narrative out about the Central Park 7, where
7 or 5, because
it was 7. It was 7. Where at the time, a lot of black people thought that these little boys did that shit as well. It was not proven until later that these little boys didn't do it when they was exonerated. And Trump was asked about the situation, and he said, if these boys did do that heinous act, they need to be put to death. Which I agree as well. If they did.
Now let me interject. Here's the problem with that. When you say if, that's the problem, because what turned out to be true, that they didn't do it. And here's the problem with everything you just said, and here's the problem with what Trump said. Anytime, especially black men, just the other day, it was a guy that was just exonerated for a robbery in 1989 that they sentenced him to 400 years. And he did, I think, 32 years or 34 years, something like that. So when we say if they did it, that's a big if, because my thing is, it's easy to agree with the punishment of anybody who does anything that that bad,
that heinous.
Of course, like I'm not listen. If someone was to do that and we know they did it, yeah, they got.
And Brian, what you
hold
just said
on.
was exactly what he said.
But here's the problem though. This is the thing though, Dutch, is that we never get the fair opportunity, because now we're talking about 5 different people, five young men potentially really getting the death penalty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I don't know if they really carried that out in New York or not, but this the words of it. It's the public lynching of it all. This the history of black men being put to death, literally, and without just cause or just due. You know, so they never have the proper representation. So when Trump does that, and he's saying if, which is always a big if when it comes to us, and we keep saying it over and over again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a show myself about it. But when someone does that and they're that powerful, and they take out their personal money, take out a personal ad, it turns the public into a lynch mob. And therefore, these people, these young men, did not have a fair chance, and it was proven. So now, put it this way. Now, what if the state of New York did have a death penalty? I don't know if they do or don't, but if they did, and let's say that they did sentence them boys to death, that would have been a big if, right? And those young men got put to death. And then it came out to say that they were indeed innocent, like they were indeed innocent. So that's why it's dangerous.
I will give you that. I'll concede that point. Because when powerful people talk, they convey something to where, like he did on the 7th of January 2020. Was it 2020?
21? Yeah, 21.
21. Because he put some sentiment out there. He didn't say, you guys, here, right now, I want you guys to go up to the Capitol right now and storm that motherfucker and break windows and get in Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, he didn't say that.
He didn't say that. But he did say, you know, if y'all motherfuckers gonna allow this shit to happen to me,
but that's the.
Let me give you your flowers real quick, because when you said what you said, I never thought about it in that particular term, because you know me, I'm an analytical person. I look at data. I'm a data. I need to be an analysis, man. I need to fucking work in.
See, that's why we fucking work together, man. Because because for real, because when you be analytical, because when you're analytical, you're going for what? The facts.
Yeah, and it was a fact that.
And me, I'm coming from the heart.
But so I will tell you, bro, you're absolutely right. For a person that is as powerful as he is, he should have just shut the fuck up, because power breeds follow. You see what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
We was just talking about Jim Jones.
Not for sure.
Jim Jones took a lot of our people over to that new fucking place and drunk the Kool-Aid, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it was based off of little shit he was saying.
But people right now, they're literally drinking the Kool-Aid of Trump right now. And that's the dangerous part of when you have someone like that. And I guess that's for us too to take into consideration as we grow with this this whole truth is controversial thing, because at some point in time people will start to follow us and understand where we're coming from, because we're just giving the facts and we're speaking from the heart, so we will gain a following.
But still, with those facts, we still have people like yourself that could come behind and give context to the facts. See, I gave context to what he said, and you gave context to what I said about what he said.
Right.
Woo. Oh, you like that? Come on,
yeah.
You gotta give me that.
Drop the bomb. Hey, we gotta get that soundboard up now.
Boom, nigga. I like that. I mean, I gave context to what Trump said, and you gave context to what I said Trump said.
But for real, but that's the thing about leadership. That's the thing about people that have power, is that when they say things, it could bring up. I'm
gonna go to the bathroom.
It's all good, but that's the thing about people with power, ladies and gentlemen, is that when people speak, and they're not conscious of what they say, or maybe they are conscious of what they're saying. And you can get a mass of people to move one way or the other. That is very, very dangerous, especially when it comes out the mouth of someone like Trump, because we've seen what it has already done. We've seen what Trump did. So, and this is, look, before the insurrection, we seen what it was doing. We seen how people all of a sudden was much more brave to do things that they never would do. You see what I'm saying? So we seen how a lot of these racist police, they flared up all over the country. This Karen shit popped up all over the country. We seen how he was fanning the flames and more racist acts that we haven't seen in 40, 50 years all of a sudden reared his head in our society. So we seen what his words can do. So to me, it always like so with this, what's going on now with him, and he just made that announcement, I guess this morning at some point in time. So this is very, very new still, very fresh. So for him to make that point or to make that tweet or whatever this morning,
right,
and it's still very fresh. So we don't know what's going to transpire between now and Tuesday.
I don't think he made that. Should I don't mean cut you off, but I really don't think he should have made that tweet.
But see, a thing about it is, when someone like Trump talks and he does things like this, we've seen him before. We've seen him for 4 years do this type of shit. So we seen exactly why he's doing it. You know what I mean? It's like, let me move.
But bro, I can't.
We can move this way.
I really can't.
He's very strategic in everything that he does.
I understand about the Trump shit, but I can't talk about Trump without talking about Biden. You know what I mean?
I mean, fair is fair. Listen, fair is fair. Right now, listen, you know me, bro. I don't give a fuck about either one.
Yeah, but and that's, and like you said, that's not our fight. You know what our fight is? No fucking Biden. That's our literal fight.
I think it's all. I think all is fair game. To be honest, I think, because I always say this: left wing.
Because Trump did. Look, bro.
Hear me out, bro.
Trump did more for black people than any president in history.
But hear me out.
Proven.
Left wing, right wing, same bird, right? So I always go with that. So we can sit here and say, but they both, look, in order for this shit to work the way it works, you need both wings to fly, brother.
I would say,
what I'm saying? So my thing is this: we can sit here and we can say what the left doing, what the right doing. It's all about doing for self. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. I'm talking about us.
Because we started off, our foundation was this not our fight, right?
It's not.
But our fight is, we have a fight somewhere.
Right, but I
think against that Democratic motherfucking party.
No, we can, and we can say the Republicans, right? And like I said, again, I know where you stand, bro. And
okay, let me
you know where I stand, bro.
Let me ask you this: if a motherfucker told you, I'm about to just keep it as real as possible. If a motherfucker told you, you know what, bro? I don't care what the fuck you do, just don't do it around me. Just don't do it around me. Don't come to my yard. Don't come anywhere near me. I think you're going to fucking fail because of who the fuck you are, but don't do it around me. I don't want shit to do with your being. You go do you. Would you rather have that guy or the guy who want to be your friend but want to take everything away from you?
See, and I get exactly where you're going with that, right?
And manipulate you.
But listen.
And literally castrate your men. Like
Dutch. But they both done that. That's the thing. They both done that. Now, I get what you're saying.
You want to know when the Republican Party did do that? Is when the Democratic Party was the Republican Party. You know, it was a big switch.
They both guilty.
But the ideology switched
Listen, I get what you're saying, bro. No, listen. I get what you're saying because right now,
today's Democrats were the Republicans.
Listen, bro. In today's time, I get exactly what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is today's Democrats.
That's what I'm saying.
Were the Republicans. So when you say the Republicans did it, that was when they were the Republicans.
Understood.
The ideology.
Understood. But my thing is, they're all the same to me, bro. I do not listen. Here's the thing. I don't got time. I don't got time to look and figure out who did.
But we gotta utilize because we don't got no power, and we gotta utilize.
Understood. But we don't utilize. But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. We don't have power because we don't mind our business. We think that business is ours, and it's not.
You absolutely
so my thing is, let them people do them. Let them go at each other because and then why they doing that? We should be handling our business and getting our shit together instead of working.
How can we when we don't got we don't have no leadership?
But that's the thing. We won't get it if we keep looking to them for leadership and then blaming them.
I agree, but we need to. And when I say we, I mean black people. Absolutely. You call them. You can call them African Americans. You can call them niggas. You can call them black. You can call them whatever.
Our folk. Because we
all call them Native Americans.
Because to be honest, we all fall under that umbrella. Whoever you just said, we all, because whatever, right? For lack of better terms, right?
We're fucked.
We can't. But here's the thing. Dutch. Here's the thing. A lot of times we fall back and we say, who we gonna vote for, right? Who we gonna pick to lead us, right? When it's like,
and we always go to that Democratic Party,
but because we always try to pick the lesser of two evils, and I'm like this, why pick evil at all?
That's not even the lesser. That's the
whatever.
Okay.
My thing is, why even choose either one? That's my.
And I'm for you like shit. I'm with you like shit. We need to start the Black Party. We need to start the Black Party. But even when we're saying we're going to pick
the party, man, vote for us, man.
Boom!
Vote for us, man. Vote for us.
Boom! we got them bombs, baby.
Vote
Boom!
for us, man. Fuck that.
Look, bro. At the end of the day, we from the DMV area, right? It's something called the Titan Awards. I know you heard of this.
No, I haven't.
What?
Nah.
Man, bro, I've been trying to get that award for years, but they do it on rappers. It's like the Oscars. Got my Oscar, baby.
That's Pata.
That's my prop for when I'm doing shit. But it's like the Oscars for the DMV area. They do photographers, they do rappers, they do all
podcasts. That's good shit, man. You need to put me on to that.
Bruh, we need to. I've been trying to get on that.
If that's something to win, we'll get there.
Bruh, I'm trying to tell you.
Because one thing about it, ain't nothing like our shit, bro. That's one thing. That's for sure.
Boom! Every time I say boom, we put
for sure. Right? And it's not even being arrogant or cocky. It's just really like, y'all gonna find out. Y'all gonna see. Because one thing about it is we real folk. You know what I'm saying? We real people. We real down to earth people. And the one thing about it is, when me and this brother get to talking, you can hear the intelligence and you know where we going with a lot of that shit. And again, we might not always agree with every fucking thing, but we do agree with what we need to be doing for our people and where our people need to go. It's just a matter of which play we gonna run. That's all.
That shit bleak.
It's just a matter of which play we gonna run.
Go on a rant, bro. They ain't hear a rant from
because that's what it come down to. It really come down to what play we gonna run. Now, a lot of times what we could do, what I was trying to say earlier was we could just mind our own business. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, if we mind our own business and just take care of our own. And a lot of times it's going to come down to us getting our own house right. It's impossible to tell motherfuckers over there that their house dirty when our room ain't clean. See what I'm saying? So that's what we need to worry about. Our people need to worry about. We need to worry about self. And once we start doing that, all the rest of shit, it's gonna handle its own business. Because when we talk about building our own, first of all, we gotta build our own households. Then from there, that will build our communities. From there, we're gonna build our own nation. It's really that simple. We make this shit hard. You see what I'm saying?
Can I say something real quick,
sir.
bro? The thing is, I did a video a long time ago, and
On what? On
this
what?
Dutch Talk TV days,
Okay.
baby.
Okay.
Which y'all, I am about to revamp that channel. That channel about to come back alive, baby.
Absolutely.
But if you're fucking with me or you coming over from the Black Non-Democrat, I appreciate you. If you don't know about it, I do have that channel over there.
Awesome content for. Hey, listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. I don't know if y'all don't know. Look, the brother Dutch got some dynamic going on over there. He not bullshitting. The Black Non-Democrat is
I ain't bullshitting, and I go in. But I did a video where I was breaking down why. There we go. I was breaking down why we are so divided, and we are so divided because of this, not because of a government. They have a part, but it's because of this. We have so many different types of black people. We have the Muslim black people. We have the Republican black people.
I got something to say.
We have the Democratic black people. We have the Bloods. We have the Crips. We have the Vice Lords. We have the Disciples. We have the Sambo. We have the Coon. We have so many type of black people that we cannot. It's impossible for us to come. Look, let me tell you something. When they say Jew, they say Jews. When they say Irish, they say Irish. When they say German, it's German, bruh. When they say hillbillies, they say hillbillies. It's literally who that people is. We are a people in America, but we have so many different types of factions that we cannot possibly come together to do it.
Here's the thing. When one of those Jews, Irish, whoever you just named, when they put on that uniform and they approach us and tell us to put our hands up, the one thing they don't give a fuck about, if you're a Muslim, Christian, they don't give a fuck if you're a blood, Crip. They don't give a fuck if you go to church on. They don't give a fuck about none of that.
Who has to recognize that?
But here's the thing.
To recognize that
exactly.
Bro.
But that's the point. For is real. That they're not going to care about who we are. My thing is we don't need to care about none of those titles either. We need to understand that they only going to see us as one people. When they can go over there and do them, how they do them.
Remember what OJ said on the Jones? He said, "I ain't black. I'm OJ."
Yeah,
shit.
Still nigga.
Shit.
You still.
At the end of the day, bro, when I get pulled over, I'm a nigga. I seen Chris Rock. Shout out Chris Rock. But I seen Chris Rock get pulled over on this show on Netflix. I think it was Riding in the Car with Comedians, and the cop came up and he was treating him like a nigga.
Was it like a skit or like an actual thing?
It was a show that Jerry Seinfeld. Shout out Jerry Seinfeld too. That's my guy. I fuck with that white Jew guy. But anyway, he had a show on Netflix where he would talk to comedians. They will have coffee and driving a car. Driving in the show was called Having Coffee and Driving in the Car with Comedians. Literally, that's what they did. And the cop did not know Chris Rock was Chris Rock until he seen who he was. But his first initial joke was what you was just saying. They view us as niggas, and we need to start understanding that. Let me tell you something. Ronald Reagan said something. And you about to appreciate this one. He said something on the floor of Congress one day. They asked him about aliens, if they will ever come down here and invade us. And my man said, well, he entertained it too. He said, well, and you probably seen it. He said, well, just the thought of this, some other worldly beings coming down to Earth. How would we feel about that? We will first start to understand that it's no more black people, it's no more black race, white race, Indian race, it will just be the fucking human race. At that point in time, we are all human beings, and we need our alien moment. Black people need our alien moment to understand that we are all niggas, and that's how they look at us.
Right, but
instead of separating and
I agree
doing all this dumb
100%. I agree 100% what you just said. But at the end of the day, right? That's for us to understand. That's for us to take in and say, we need to stop dividing us.
How, bro?
Because it's simple. It's really simple. At the end of the day, we know why we divided. Because they divided us, right? They put the plan in a long time ago to divide us. So basically, when we came over, and we understand a lot of us was already here, but some of us came over and they mixed us all in. And when we talk the same language, y'all can't be together no more. Because by us talking the same language mean what? We can plan, plot, strategize because we talk the same.
It's like in the Bible, the Tower of Babel. They was building a tower to God, and God said, "You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and split y'all fucking languages, so where you can't even understand each other." And that's where we're at.
Right. So now, if we're not speaking the same language, serving the same God, walking by this beat, can't wear this color, you wear that color, we not the same. That's called divide and conquer.
Woo.
That's called divide and conquer.
Woo.
So if we understand that, if we've been divided and we are a conquered people, and that doesn't mean that we can't be united ever. I think right now we have the opportunity to be more united than ever, because guess what? They're the most divided they ever been. That's all we gotta do is understand.
Do you think we're too far gone?
I mean, guess what, bro?
Keep it real, bro.
No, I don't think that, but I do also look at things in reality. And
we need to make a little jump to say, however.
Yeah, however. No bullshit.
Like whenever we hit the button,
ask me the question.
However.
No bullshit though, but however,
make that shit.
No, I ain't gonna lie, I rock with that. However, as a people, we are in some very, very dangerous times, because I think we are not too far gone, but this is the most gone we ever been.
Woo! Damn, I like that shit. Say that again, dog.
For real, because when you look around, right, and we already know, black men has been catching hell here in this country since the inception. Since we've been enslaved, we've been catching hell. And I don't think it's without question that we haven't caught the most hell.
By design.
But with that being said, our black women have been there catching hell right along with us.
I gotta. You know.
Now we know.
I'm gonna let you get it on.
Listen, we know now. Because I know where you're gonna go with it, right? They've been catching. I'm you know we're gonna keep it real. They've been catching hell right along with us. But at today's present moment, we understand where they are, right? And we also got to understand that it's by design. But with that being said, a lot of our sisters has been riding with us, hand in the air and boots on the ground. So we got to give respect there. But this is another opportunity for us to understand that in order for us to get it right. So what I mean by us being so far gone, it's because the black man and black woman aren't seeing eye to eye. That's why we're the most gone we have ever been. But at this point in time, if we get it together, and it's easy to say, right? Black men, we need to lead. Yes, we do need to lead. And once we start leading, our women, y'all need to follow. That's not time to fight. It's not a time to fight when you see men leading. So, and a lot of times right now, I get it. We're getting a lot of pushback, and I understand it. We're getting a lot of pushback anytime we say anything about how we should be, how we should move, how we should go this way. It's now we're getting pushback. you know. But in order for us to ever have an opportunity to right our wrongs, we need the opportunity to lead again. So that's it. To me, that's where it starts at. But we also need, like I said, to fix our own house first. And by that, that's the mending of black men and black women. So
yeah, I appreciate everything that you just said, bro. And you're absolutely right. I got a channel that we touted about earlier. It's called the Black Non-Democrat channel on YouTube, you guys. If you want to hear about certain things, just go over to that channel. But at the end of the day,
another channel that you're gonna keep it real on. You've been speaking the truth and telling it how it is.
and that's where I look at things from a different perspective on how our women are, used today. And
for sure.
the first thing on that channel and my ideology is the Democratic Party. You see what I'm saying? They manipulated our women to do and be who they are today. You know what I mean? And I will never waver on that. But at the end of the day, we have to understand a lot of things happen to me in my life. And I encourage everybody to read the book by James Allen, As a Man Thinketh, because that changed my life.
One of my favorite books, bro.
Yes, bro. At the end of the day, that taught me how to hold myself accountable. And James Allen said in that book, circumstances does not make a man, but circumstances will reveal that man and woman as well. You see? And it said 99.9% of the things that you are in your circumstances are because of your decision making. At the end of the day, I don't see no white man hovering over me or our women. So at the end of the day, we got to understand that we have certain decisions that need to be made, critical decisions that need to be made. It's two critical decisions that women have to make, but they keep fighting and basically trying to share this responsibility. And that is who they lay down with and who they have a baby with. And at the end of the day, the things are going to just continue to cycle on and cycle on and cycle on until these two decisions are adhered to properly. You see? But they will call me and people like me or men like me bashing them. So the more you say I'm bashing you, the more you will just continue the cycle.
I'm gonna say
I'm going to be dead and gone, and you're still going to be fucking Pookie and Ray Ray.
Guess what? I always say this, bro. No bullshit, bro. I always say this. The truth ain't bashing.
Oh, hell no.
The truth,
because we get the truth all the time, bro, don't we? Right. They tell us the truth. They getting our ass.
And guess what?
We gotta do? Sit there and take.
And guess what? Anybody with common sense will say, even women, right? When the truth is being told about how we need to step up, I guarantee you, they will understand exactly what I'm saying when they say the truth ain't bashing, because it's not.
And check this out.
So
bro.
If someone was to tell you that your shit stink and you turn around, you find out your shit do stink, then you just know what you need to do. You need to clean it up. It's really that simple.
Guess what? They go on us on shit that we can't change. Our height, right?
Right.
We go on them on shit that they can literally change. Stop fucking Pookie and Ray Ray. Like, that's all you got to do is stop fucking Pookie and Ray Ray and Tyrone and them. You know what I mean? Like, you can change that. I can't change my height. I can't change my dick size.
Nigga's stupid.
You see what I'm saying? But they will literally go on us and shame us for shit that I can.
But we already know that. That's about
like this, girl.
That's about trying to kill you, your ego, bro. That's all.
And then the thing is, I'm not trying to kill hers.
They try to hit you. They try to hit you where it hurt. That's all, bro.
I'm just trying to tell her, stop fucking the nigga that's going to leave your ass. I mean, he's going to leave you, and you know he's going to leave you. He left his other baby mother. But I don't want to get deep into that. But I really want to
You know they gonna put a comment in, man. What the fuck is he talking about?
I want the smoke. I want all of the smoke.
They gonna forget for real. You know what's so wild about this shit? There's a fuck everything we just said. Everything else. The fuck you saying about me?
Stop bashing us. What? Stop judging me. What?
Nah, that's all love, man. Like for real, people just look.
Nah, I say this because I love
the truth told in a joke, though.
When I'm not saying nothing, that's when you need to worry.
Yeah,
for real. But Trump, bruh. I think Trump. Do you think people around him, and we're going to end this out on this note. Do you think people around him encourage him to do what the fuck he does? Because I used to be with Trump.
Nah, you know what? You know what's so?
I'd be like, what the fuck, bro?
I think it's one of those type of things that. Remember, like last week when that shit was happening with Ja Morant.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's one of those type of things. It's like when you are the breadwinner, when you are the one that's providing jobs and opportunity, you have a bunch of yes men around you.
Right.
And Trump comes off as a type of person. You cannot be in his circle and tell him his shit stink. You can't. You
My shit don't stink. It's just a little brown, but it can get better if you just sit here.
What do you mean?
What do you mean you smell shit? It is not shit. I don't smell shit.
Yeah, I think he comes off a type of person. You can't really tell him anything. That's the thing, man. The truth is controversial. If you tell that man the truth, it's going to be some controversy. All you got to do is look around. You know what I mean? All you got to do is look around.
That's true. Look, man, I think we said a lot today, on this topic and more. And I like where it went so we can always, bring it back to our people, because that's who we cater to. We cater to our people, trying to get our people better. At the end of the day, me, Bleak, and anybody else who, who's for real about what they're talking about, sometimes it may seem and sound harsh, but you guys got to understand how to listen hard. Just like I'm talking to you directly, you have to listen directly and stop trying to listen to respond, but listen to learn. I'm going to leave you with the last word, my brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to tell them this is like, comment, subscribe, and tell us what you want to hear. Don't forget to check out the Truth is Controversy podcast, the Black Non-Democrat, and the Bleak Reality Show. We got a lot coming. Just stay tuned, stay plugged in. And they say, what? Stay unplugged from where? False narratives?
Reality.
Oh, man, let's go.
Let's go, baby. This is the Truth is Controversial podcast. Yeah. Let's get it.
In a world full of half-truths and fake news, the Truth is Controversial podcast. Two truth seekers stand ready to expose the lies and uncover the facts. They are not afraid to speak up, stand out, and take on the establishment. Blek and Dutch.